Hey guys, it's Burgas here. I know training troops take forever. Let's make sure you're training the right one this time. In this video I'm going to share with you which troops first of all are doing more damage like this. You can prioritize your legion building. I'm going to give you some mage setups, also what I'm using, what I'm changing, which legion have which troop and why. I'm going to share with you over what kind of troops I'm using my training speed ups. Very important because you know it's not like having 10,000 of one troop and at the same time having not 10,000 but 10 million of one troop, and the rest of the troops are like 1 million. And yeah, we're going to also speak this thing about this, and I'm going to share with you my future plan, how I'm going to switch from one troop training to other one, and I'm going to explain you why I'm doing that and how much merits I'm going to get from this switch, because it's going to be tons of merits. Also, I'm going to talk about understanding the stat scaling in the battle, what is the difference from the different troops, and how it's pretty much clear, but there is some underwater rocks in this whole things. And finally, I'm going to tell you how to win more KVK fights on open field. I'm going to start with the first thing, and this is just this video is going to show you how 100 attack points can change your battle outcome by a lot, and why actually Celestial worth it. So first of all, let's start one by one. I'm going to start first with the troops. Obviously, we're having Vestals, Marksmen, Celestials, and etc. It's funny for me, not gonna lie, that the League of Order having Celestials is a just game changer for this faction. In same time, the other factions is not having some solid flying units. Maybe the Eagles, I can say maybe the Eagles, but yeah. So I want to point out what is the difference in point of damage. Here we're having just one Vestal that is doing this tier 5 Vestal, obviously 290 to 360 is the extra we're receiving. 360. If I go over the Celestial and check it out, the magic, here we're having like 40 more magic attack, but in the same time we're getting 60 in extra on point of buffs. This is making like 100 the difference between Vestals and Celestials. Now the whole picture is pretty solid. What I mean by that is 100 here we have 360 with 200, 560, 658, something like this. Not quite sure, but over 600 is going to be here the damage. So from first look, this 100 extra damage is not looking crazy, okay, but it's a game changing in the long run, because you're going out maybe with 3, 4, 5 mage legions. I strongly suggest go with 4 mage legions and bring 1 infantry. Just you don't get in situation where you're going to run from the enemy because there is nobody with infantry on the battlefield. Somebody have to do this job. So I'm going to share from point of damage how the things are changing. I'm going to maybe use Bertrand Tohar because they're going to do a single target, and we can actually see how the things are. So right now we're going to go on the Vestals just to show you guys just one of the difference. I mean, this is one of the topics that we're going to speak on this video, and I really want to bring more visuals, more testing, more reports, more everything as a fact in my video. So hit one like if you agree with this. If you want to see more facts, more reports, more testing, more numbers directly on the screen, just let me know. So I'm going to take out the simple mode. This is the legion, and we're going to start hitting this infantry. First of all, 2000 is the damage we're doing, and Tohar is doing 7,000. And here comes the Bertrand, 26. Again, Tohar is just going to do this. Oh my god, I'm going to kill this guy. Please don't die. Okay, he didn't die. So 7,000 and something was the damage of the Tohar, 26 was the damage of the Bertrand, and 2,000 was the normal damage. You have to keep in mind that by increasing the damage is also increasing the artifacts, is also increasing basically everything of this legion. So I'm going to go with right now with Bertrand and Tohar, this time with Celestials. And let's see what is going to be the difference. First of all, we see 2.3k. We're having 300 more. And 8,003. This is 1,000 per hit from the Tohar, 32k. So we're having, first of all, 300 from the normal attacks. Normally till one life cycle of the rage skill, you're going to do maybe 8 to 10 attacks, which let's say 10 attacks is going to be 3,000 more damage just from normal attacks. The difference between the Vestals and Celestials. The other thing is the Tohar did 1k more per hit. He did 3 hits, which is 3,000 more at the end of the day. So 3,000 plus 3,000 from the Tohar. I actually didn't saw how much damage did the Bertrand, so we're going to just do it again. Bertrand did like 26 in the previous hits, so right now I really want to see how much he's going to do. Is 8.3 and Bertrand is going to hit 432. So this is like 26, 6,000 more from the Bertrand. So in total, in one life cycle of the rage skill, just one life cycle, you're going to get 3,000 from the normal hits, you're going to get 3,000 from the Tohar, and you're going to get 6,000 from the Bertrand. In total, this is 12k extra damage, and the only difference between these two troops is actually this 100 extra damage from base stats and the extra percentage. If you get attack as a milestone, for example, it's going to be again over the base stats, and it's going to even give more advantage of Celestials over the Vestals. So in one life cycle is 12,000 the difference between the Vestals and Celestials. So from there, actually, let's check it out what I'm doing in form of speed ups, what I'm training, everything. Right now I have 15.2 million power. I take like 350k deaths previous season, and I was with bitter end. So with bitter end I get more Celestials. We're going to go also over the legions, but I have like 1.9 and 3 million. I don't know if you can actually see. I'm going to remove myself. Yeah, 3 million Celestials, 1.8 million is Vestals. Now from first look, obviously is going to come the question, okay Burgas, why you have so many Vestals? It's clearly that the Celestials is the way to go. And from all the testing, fighting, from so much fights and again testing, I actually saw that the best way to go is actually to have like 2 Vestals, especially if you go with 5 mage legions. For me, 5 mage legions is in the choke points. This is the best place where you can actually go with mages, and you need less infantry, because if you're not over in the choke point, the enemy can just walk around your infantry and immediately jump over your mages, and you need to have infantry for this type of infantry. Cavalry can jump over your mage bow. There's just so many complexity over open fields, just open field, but in the choke points you just need less infantry from your side, especially if you're defending. If you're defending, oh brother, full pockets with merits. But if I go with 5 legions, I'm going to share with you my pre-setup for the mages. Multi-create. I have, first of all, the most used for me. I don't know if you can again see what I'm trying to share here. This is my setup. Obviously it's like 4 mages and 1 infantry. Definitely bring 1 infantry on the battlefield. I don't know, I mean, I see like, because I can actually see, you know, people should basically bring some infantry on the battlefield. So I'm going to go march, and here I can actually tell you this is actually Celestials, the Yu-Ming. Definitely Yu-Ming, your top AoE DPSs should be with Celestials. This is the first thing that I'm going to say. This it didn't actually matter if you have Yu-Ming, Grumara, if you have your top DPS performers, the top 2 or 3 DPS performing legions should have Celestials. The less performing legions should have Vestals. This one obviously is going to be with Vestals, just because Thunderlin and Mu is AoE, but it's not top performer like Yu-Ming and Grumara, for example. Bertrand Tohar is also with Vestals, and finally Lilia Velen. This is, you know, the best combo for so many years, is going to be with Celestials. This is the way I'm actually doing my fights. Now if I want to go with 5 mages, I'm going to share with you. Obviously it's not going to be 3 Vestals. It's going to be, I actually still use Waldir. It may sound funny, but I actually use him. I may actually use Thea, to be fair, on the place of the Waldir, but Waldir have a skill tower tree and is crazy supporting hero, especially with this attack reduction over is the target in 3 legions. This is like 4 legions is going to get their attack reduced by 20% for 3 seconds. On top of that is helping the Velen Awakening to do extra 400 damage. I mean, I can go on and on why I'm exactly using these legions, but yeah, I'm going to march out and I'm going to show you. The first legion, which is Waldir with Velen, is going to be with Celestials because it's very solid. Waldir is not having diffused damage. I want to point out this thing. So Velen hitting 3 targets is going to be, after you take out diffused damage, is basically less damage from Waldir, which is crazy. I mean, if Waldir hit 4 targets, and if Velen hit maximum targets he can hit, and Waldir hit the maximum targets he can hit, Velen is doing less damage, which is crazy. My Yu-Ming with Grumara obviously is going to be also with Celestials. Thunderlin Mu is going to be with Vestals. Bertrand Tohar is going to be with Vestals, and Lilia Thea is actually with Celestials. I don't know what is happening with Lilia Thea, to be fair, just because this legion, Lilia Thea, okay, I'm going to put this thing on autocast. I really don't know why it's always not on autocast. Maybe I have to go directly here and actually save it or something like this. But this is the troops I'm actually using in these legions. I mean, this is the 5 legions and no infantry, only mages. The other one was 4 mages and 1 infantry, and this is the troop. And this, for me personally, is the right heroes with the right troops. Let me know in the comments which, if you're using mages, obviously. If you're a cavalry main and you're like, poof, mages, brother, leave me alone. But if you're a mage main, you can just write me what kind of type of troop you're using with which hero and actually why. And I think this setup, from point of my testing and experience, definitely is going to give you better, first of all, more fights, just because you're going to protect your legions. Having more Vestals, like 2 legions, always 2 legions, is just going to non-stop give you this thing here, which is increasing the HP by 20% for 15 seconds. Gets one surrounding friendly legion. So if, friendly legion every 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds you get 20% HP for 15 seconds. Having more Vestals is just first of all going to speed up everything, and second thing is you're going to be sure that your legion is going to get them, because if from 5 mage legions you have one single Vestal, is is going to cover the whole time, because 3 seconds somebody get buff, after 3 seconds somebody else get buff. This is 6 seconds 2 legions, 9 seconds 4 legions, 12 seconds 4 legions, and 15 seconds is going to be 5 legions. I mean, there's just some logic that, you know, it may work, but by having more Vestals, you're going to be sure everything is actually working like it should be. At least my opinion, and increasing the survivability by a lot, because on the second 6, you're going to have your legions with this 20% HP boost. Even if you get a legion 2 times this buff, because I'm not so sure, you know, if for example your legion buff your next legion, and this next legion have 15 seconds with 20 HP, I'm not so sure can my Vestal buff again, even though that this buff didn't end. It's not end, it's like maybe 5 seconds before the buff end, but not buffing a legion that is not having this 20% HP, but is buffing a legion again that is having this 20% HP. So I really don't want to risk from this point, and yeah, this is why I'm actually running 2 Vestals. So I really hope this video give you some extra ideas over your troops. Right now in this comparison was just Celestials and Vestals. But it's basically same for any kind of troop. It can be cavalry, marksman. Obviously, if you're stuck over with one main troop, it's simple, your decision. But right now in Call of Dragons, I think the majority of the people are start maxing their main troop, and they are start looking for a second troop to start developing like this, to have more presence on the battlefield. For example, you finish your main troop, but you can use second troop to continue fighting, or for specific situation like cavalry rush, you want to have cavalry to join in these big fights there. I really hope this video helped you. Wish you a great day, and see you in the next video.